Well, top of the morning, and welcome to day 5 of CMA Industry Week. I'm your host, Ben Wu, and we're going to start off this morning with a brand that's been making all kinds of noise, especially in the lighting segment, and that is, of course, Car Lighting District. Now, for those of you that don't know, of course, the acronym CLD, as it is referred to, is actually a brand distributed by Robert Thibert Distribution over in Quebec. And when I say they've been making some noise, I mean, if you're on social media at all, there is no way that you haven't seen some of their promotions, some of their educational videos. And starring in those videos is my next guest. His name is Frank Gaudrreault, and he's the certified technician from Car Lighting District. What's going on, Frank?
Hey, Ben. How's it going?
I can say, like, you're my first celebrity that I have on the show this week. So
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, I know we do a lot of videos, but I don't know if we're at competition or anything, but it seems like you guys are right there with us.
Oh, well, we do our best. Try to stay active.
We got 2 hours of Car Lighting District ahead of us, and I know you guys have done a lot of work organizing, preparing for this moment. So I'm really excited to present to all our dealers and everybody who's watching what's going on. Go ahead and start with the first video. And because these guys literally have prepared an entire program for us over 2 sessions. So make sure you tune back for session 2, which starts at the top of the hour when we start again. And let's get our learn on about Car Lighting District and all the different lighting products that they offer, starting with some history about LEDs.
Emitting diode has been around for quite some time now, that it's only normal that it's found its way into the automotive industry, with increasing presence in both aftermarket and OEM setups. I'm sure you know by now that Car Lighting District specializes in LED conversion kits and LED replacement bulbs for all 12 to 24 DC systems. Now that's a lot of cars, trucks, and machines. But in today's video, we'd like to take the time to talk about the history of the light-emitting diode. In 1907, electroluminescence was discovered as a phenomenon by the English experimenter Henry Joseph Round of the Marconi Wireless Telegram and Signal Company. He did so using a crystal of silicon carbide and a cat's whiskers detector. 20 years later, a Russian inventor Oleg Lossev reported creation of the first LED in 1927. Word about his discovery quickly spread, but no practical use was made from his discovery for several decades. Between this time and the 1960s, there was a number of different scientists, researchers, and inventors all working differently and developing this new technology. It wasn't until September 1961 when James R. Bird and Gary Pittman, working for Texas Instruments in Dallas, Texas, discovered near-infrared light emission from a tunnel diode they had constructed. They filed for a patent titled Semiconductor Radiant Diode on August 8, 1962, and quickly received 2 patents for the first practical LED. In 1962, Texas Instruments announced the first commercial LED product. Between 1962 and 1968, the first use of commercial visible LEDs was commonly used as replacements of incandescent halogen bulbs and neon indicator lamps, as well as 7-segment displays. Initially used in expensive laboratory and electronic test equipment, then later transitioning into appliances such as calculators, TVs, telephones, radios, and watches. Between these years, Hewlett-Packard mainly led research and development, collaborating with the Monsanto company on developing the first practical LED product. Since then, there has been multiple big-name companies all devoted to the development of the light-emitting diode. But it is important to note that Cree, which its XHP50 LED chip is featured on our best-selling Helios conversion kit, was the first company to commercially introduce an available blue LED light. But it wasn't until 1993 when Suji Nakamura of the Nichia Corporation introduced the first high-brightness blue LED using a gallium nitride growth process. Whatever that means. The evolution of the light-emitting diode from this time all the way up to today has continued to be phenomenal. We even have LEDs named OLEDs that are created using organic compounds. As we have talked about in a few other of our videos, LED lighting has a number of advantages compared to incandescent halogen bulbs. We're talking here about increased efficiency, more colors, more sizes, faster warm-up times, frequent on-off cycling, cooler lighting, slower failure, increased lifetime, shock resistant, and a more focused light. As of today, LED lighting is present in almost every electronical device and electrical machine that requires lighting. There are thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of different applications for the light-emitting diode. If you're an owner of a vehicle using a 12 to 24 DC electrical system, Car Lighting District is the place for you to go for your LED lighting upgrade. Visit our website today at cldled.com, enter your vehicle information to find the best halogen to LED lighting solution.
Okay, can we just rewind real quick back to that part that even you didn't understand?
What do you mean?
You know that part where you're like, whatever that means. I didn't even understand what
okay,
that meant.
okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't get you there. All right, sure.
Cool.
Where do you want to go?
I was just saying, I didn't know LEDs actually existed for that, like has been around for that long. I thought it was like this is like the last 10, 15 years that LEDs existed.
Well, the technologies they date back to over 100 years now already.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yep.
But obviously it's evolved a lot. I mean, I think the term LED is kind of loose. Yeah. And really, when you mentioned about the Cree LED, that's kind of when everything was, a game changer and it had real new applications.
Absolutely. Yep.
We've got a lot of videos that you guys have prepared, and I definitely want to make sure. By the way, fantastic production. I love it.
Thank you.
What can we expect from the next video?
Next video is frequently asked questions about LEDs, things that Car Lighting District frequently gets through social media or phone calls from our installers, from our customers. And really, the next videos are just going to wrap up all these questions that come up very frequently.
And I think this is going to be a great reference video to come back to, if you're a dealer that's looking at getting into LEDs and you have those questions, sometimes tech support, you never know. I mean, you guys have offered great tech support, but if you can use these videos to train your staff, both in the front and the back, these are the videos you want to watch because all the information you need is going down right now. So let's get our learn on.
Frank.
Hey, Frank.
Oh, yeah, cool. Frank. How are you doing today, Frank?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Pretty good. So to do a little recap, what we're going to do today, it's we will actually have a discussion about a lot of aspect and information about LEDs that we already publish a lot of informative video on our channel, YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram. And we want to do a little podcast, and you like a kind of formula of formation, or just to talk about some of the main question that people, customer or dealers ask you, actually, our certified technician of CLD, Frank. So I will just jump in right in the subject. And the first little subject that we want to talk about, it's actually, our LED lights for car are too bright. So my first question for you, Frank, today is, are they too bright?
Well, let me put it this way. It's actually quite simple. What do you think that automotive manufacturers think of that question when they bring out their newer vehicles with OEM LED headlights?
I think they care about the safety of their customer. So it's...
Exactly. 100%. That is the right answer. So you got to think, these manufacturers are putting out newer vehicles with LED headlights already installed, okay? They wouldn't do this if it wasn't a safety feature. If it was endangering lives of other motorists on the road, we wouldn't have vehicles that come out from the manufacturer with LED headlights.
But one of the thing that customer, not a lot of dealers, but a lot of customer, end user ask on our different social media, it's people often complain that they get blind by LEDs headlight. So is that true?
That's a common misconception. To be very honest with you, people tend to confuse xenon or even HID, okay, high intensity discharge aftermarket kits with aftermarket LED headlight conversion kits, okay? So let me explain a bit further. You have, again, vehicles that come equipped from the manufacturer with OEM xenon headlights. These vehicles come with the proper headlight configuration to be, safe, just as well as LED headlights or even the regular halogens. But when users use an HID kit, an aftermarket HID kit, and they install it in the wrong headlight type, they can create a lot of oncoming glare for other motorists on the road. And then people think they're crossing a vehicle with LED headlights when they see these vehicles, but really the majority of the time it's an HID kit.
Okay, understood. And the main thing I think the customer and even dealer think it's they put all the LEDs conversion kit or all the HID conversion kit in the same basket.
Right.
Like it's not true.
No.
I think the some kind of LED, some kind of conversion kit are better than others, and we all know that it's good, better, best on in everything in every product.
Definitely.
But for LED, it's really important to get the correct application with the correct car.
Absolutely.
Need to be a perfect match.
That's correct.
And I got a little question about that.
Sure.
How does CLD make sure that they are safe to use but remain powerful?
That's a great question. It's very simple for the end user or even for an installer, a retailer, whatever, to get this information without any difficulty. Okay, so all they have to do is go on a website, cldled.com, enter the vehicle information they're looking to convert, and the displayed LED conversion kits are already the appropriate conversion kits for that vehicle's headlight setup. Okay, so in theory, to break it down real simple, we have LED conversion kits suited for projector headlights and others suited for reflector headlights.
Okay, so we already know all the data that we need to know actually to make sure that we can sell the correct LED conversion kit to the correct car to make sure that the customer will be happy and the product will fit perfectly in their car.
Right.
Okay, cool. And that's a really, really important thing for dealers as well.
Absolutely.
Because they don't have any headache to find the perfect LED kit to sell to the customer when you just need to go online on cldled.com and do the search.
That's correct.
And if you have any other kind of question that we probably covered today in our little podcast, as you can see on the screen, we have a lot of informative video with all those information that customer and dealer ask every day to our certified technician.
Absolutely. I mean, like you're saying, the Car Lighting District YouTube page, the Instagram page, and Facebook page all include these videos that we've done and we're continuing to do as well to keep our viewers and followers not only entertained but properly informed.
Exactly, and it's a plus value actually to do that, and we are transparent with our customer and dealer about everything that our LED are made for.
Yeah.
Second subject, there's a lot of kind of LED. It's not a lot of kind, but LED is not just conversion kit. You can get a lot of other bulbs with LEDs. So LED is for practically everything. So what kind of LED does Car Lighting District have right now?
Alrighty, well, basically Car Lighting District specializes in LED conversion kits that convert halogen bulbs to LED with the LED conversion kit that we offer. We also offer LED replacement bulbs for all the little smaller bulbs that you could find on a vehicle. Turn signals, parking lights, side markers, backup lights, brake lights, tail lights, interior lighting, trunk lighting, all these different light bulbs Car Lighting District offers. And not only we offer the interior colors in white, but we also offer the exterior colors in red or amber to really match the proper signals on a vehicle.
Okay, that was actually my other question about that subject. What different color light bulb does Car Lighting District offer?
Okay.
So you mentioned amber,
red, and white,
and
obviously.
white. Perfect.
And when we say white, all of our white matches. So no matter which conversion kit a user takes, say he mix and matches a Helios, a Kong, and has a couple of these replacement bulbs for the front, and he wants all the same white, well, rest assured, Car Lighting District offers 6500K pure white color only, and then the red and amber colors are separate.
So it's really a perfect match. So if I decide actually to convert my car with LEDs and I put, let's say, a Helios kit for my headlight and a Kong kit for my fog, let's just put it that way.
Yep.
They will be the same bright white color.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Yep.
That's
I have to add though, Frank,
Yeah,
I
sure.
apologize. We offer these conversion kits, but we have to also say and mention that these work for 12 to 24 DC systems.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not only for cars and trucks, but it's also for these bigger semi trucks or tractors, snowmobiles, ATVs, side by sides, all these different machines that have a 12 to 24 DC system with halogen bulbs, we can convert.
Oh, that's actually a great point. The third subject that we want to discuss about, it's a subject that I don't know anything about it.
Okay,
Okay, so I will learn and I will listen to you.
of course.
It's about CAN bus,
Okay.
decoder,
Yep.
and we want to explain that flickering thing.
The flicker thing.
So yeah, the flicker thing. So what are these so-called anti-flicker model, and why do I need them?
Okay, well, I'll be brief and I'll be detailed as well at the same time. Okay, the CAN bus
And I'll be confused. Let's go.
well, I'll try not to confuse you. Okay, the CAN bus anti-flicker modules. A CAN bus is basically a controlled area network bus. It's a sophisticated system included on vehicles that manufacturers introduced between the year of 2004 to 2006 across their whole fleet of vehicles. All right, so a CAN bus system, what that permitted manufacturers to do is greatly reduce the weight of the vehicle while using a lot less electrical wires. Okay, previously, before CAN bus, there was a lot more electrical wires featured on the vehicle, which you have to understand, these are metal wires, right? I mean, one wire doesn't weigh anything, but when you have
A lot and
a lot of
yeah.
meters, even kilometers of wires on the same vehicle, that greatly adds to the weight of a vehicle. So the CAN bus system efficiently reduced the weight of the vehicles, and in return, you could think of all the different advantages. Gas costs is, you save on gas, you save on a lot of different things, handling as well. So basically, the CAN bus system is a great advantage. But when you're installing an aftermarket part, whether it's headlights, remote starter, those are the main ones basically that affect the CAN bus system. Certain vehicles will require what we call a CAN bus anti-flicker module, or what people famously call the flicker thing.
Flicker thing.
What it really does is generally it prevents issues with the onboard computer and an aftermarket equipment. All right. And in our case, it's the LED conversion kit.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly what it does is going to enable daytime running lights on a vehicle. The daytime running lights on a vehicle through the CAN bus system have a special way of working. And when you put a halogen bulb in there, it obviously works, right? The system is built to run on a halogen, but when you put an LED, it can sometimes act a little sporadic.
Okay.
So when
So
you put,
that's why you need the CAN bus decoder.
exactly,
Okay,
it's
I
just going to
understand.
regularize everything and make sure all systems are functioning as intended.
And another little product that you need on some installation, you need them. It's the resistor.
Right, the
The
resistor
resistor
kit.
kits.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So why do I need them as well?
Okay, well, the resistor resembles a lot the CAN bus anti-flicker module, but it's going to go attack the same issues, but on a different way. All right. Mainly, resistor kits will be used on vehicles pre-CAN bus that will still give a bulb out warning on your dashboard when the bulb is dead. Okay.
Mhm.
So a halogen bulb, basically, when that bulb dies out, the resistance on the circuitry goes to zero. Okay, so that's how your dashboard understands when the resistance goes to zero. The computer throws a code to the dashboard saying, "Hey, left headlight is out. You need check headlight," type of thing. All right. When you put an LED bulb in a vehicle with a system that's built that way, the resistance is much lower on the circuitry. So what you're gonna have on your dashboard is your vehicle is gonna think the bulb is dead, but really they're functioning. So you have light in front of you, but you have a bulb out warning on your dash. The resistor kit will come and raise the resistance on the circuitry, tricking the computer into thinking, "Oh, I have halogens installed." Bulb out warning disappears.
Oh, that's pretty good. So, and the last question that I got, I think a lot of dealers and a lot of customer as well, end user have that question. How can I know my vehicle will need one of those products,
Well,
or even both actually?
Well, unless you work for car lighting district, I mean, you're not really going to know this. You're not going to buy a vehicle and say, "Oh, well, I'm going to put LEDs. I need the resistor, or I need an anti-flicker." I just know this. Nobody knows this, right? But we do. What we recommend when When you're looking to convert a vehicle, you're an installer or you're an end user and you want to buy off the website, you enter the vehicle information. The car lighting district database reflects the need for a CAN bus, anti-flicker module, or a resistor kit already on the website. If you pull up a vehicle and enter, say, a 2018 Ford F-150, I'll let Felix here get to it.
And as Felix doing the research right now on the CLD, just to be sure and to actually tell people
F-150.
Why we know that, it's because we did, actually you did, and all our team did a lot of test fitting.
A lot of legwork. Oh, yes.
Exactly.
Oh, yes. See right here, you see the F-150 2018. You have the anti-flicker module on the left. And then you have two of our conversion kits. By the way, when you have more than one conversion kit, it's because these two conversion kits are suitable and compatible with said vehicle. So in our case here with the 2019, I said 2018, but 2019 is the same thing. Ford F-150, you have the two conversion kits and you have the anti-flicker module. Once you see an anti-flicker module listed, it's required.
Perfect. That
If you don't see it, you don't need it. I'm not going to say we're perfect. I still use installer feedback on the daily. And when I say the daily, it's not exactly true, but I mean frequently.
I understood. And that's a nice plus value for car lighting district. It's like we really test fit the product, and we listen to our dealers and listen to our customer to make sure that we can improve every aspect of the data that we actually pull out on the website.
Always.
To make sure that it's not like one time a year that we just update data. It's like every day, every week, every month. We just make sure that we got all the information that we can get from customer and dealers to put the right data to the right car.
Exactly. I do. I'd say I do updates on the website about every month.
Exactly.
To reflect the months, the preceding months, new data found and accumulated.
Yes, sir. Talk about getting your learn on. Wow, guys. I had a whole bunch of questions that I was going to save for the end, but you just destroyed my first list with that one video.
Perfect. Effective.
That flicker thing was definitely something I was going to ask about, and then I was going to say, how do I know? So how much installer feedback do you get? Because obviously our audience is definitely dealers and installers who are watching this. What's the relationship? What do they need to know?
Well, in terms of feedback, I mean, a lot of installers that I frequently get the chance to speak to on the phone, they're happy to give us a call and say, listen, we did this vehicle and the website didn't mention the need for it, but I used the anti-flicker and it was required, so maybe you want to put it down. And I'm always very happy to have that type of information and relationship with installers. And at the same time, the opposite happens as well. They're going to call me and going to say, hey, listen, I installed this conversion kit and it's not working. It's acting up. And then I explain to them, well, okay, it's simple. You need to use the anti-flicker module or the resistor kit. And then I explain to them, you got to go on the website online and, you give us a call, of course, but the quick answer is it's just right there on the website.
Yeah, and it really shows the experience you guys have having all that information ready to go for dealers to look up. And the less mistakes you make, and because you're always about managing the expectations of your customer. You have a customer walk in, hey, I'd really like to upgrade my lights. Sure, let me what kind of model you have? They go onto your thing. They know exactly what's available. They can either quote the customer right on the spot and or whatnot. So that's a really brilliant tool. And in fact, I think that's definitely something that gives you a little bit of an edge as far as customer service is concerned. We're not going to waste any time. We're going to jump into part 2 of the FAQs. And when we come back, we're going to review what we just learned.
Excellent.
Another subject that we want to talk about, it's the cost of LED worth it? That's a big question because you can see in the market that there's a lot of cheap LEDs and a lot of high prices LEDs.
Right.
So is it a good idea to switch over to LED headlight? That's the main and first question when you want to actually convert your car to LEDs.
Well, there's a lot of talk about that as well. Felix, if you could pull up another vehicle, again, if you want the F-150 is fine. I just want to have 2 conversion kits listed, which is going to give me a good example of what I want to say here. Well, first of all, is the cost of LED headlights worth it? Well, that's a very vast question, and it also depends on which LED conversion kit you're looking for and what is your budget. And again, how long you're aiming to keep the vehicle. These are all questions that you should ask yourself. Is it worth my money to convert my headlights to LED? All right. So mainly Car Lighting District offers 3 different LED headlight kits. And again, they're not always all listed for a said vehicle because, again, Helios for projectors, Kong for reflectors. By the way, Blitz is good for the both. So you see here, we got the Blitz at $79 US and $99 US for the Kong kit. There's a difference in price. There's a difference in warranty as well, okay? So it's important to understand that the Blitz has a 2-year warranty and the Kong has a lifetime warranty.
And we also got the Helios that is a bit...
Right, the Helios is $124 and also includes a lifetime warranty.
Exactly.
Now, the reason why I'm mentioning all of this is because these things are actually are reasons or ways to figure out if this is worth my money, okay? So, number 1, LED headlights are more expensive than a regular halogen bulb. Understood, right? There's more electronic components, there's more actually technology, there's more work put into a LED conversion kit than to fabricate a halogen bulb. So obviously there's more components, there's a bigger price. Our conversion kits are low end, and when I say low end, it's entry level, high performance. Low end's not a good word. It's $79 US. When I say entry level is because the $79 US kit is just as good as the Kong and is just as good as the Helios. The difference in price is the components used and also the warranty. Okay. The $39 kit that you find on Amazon is nowhere near the quality that we offer at Car Lighting District. Okay. And not only that we offer quality conversion kits, but we offer support from start to finish that you're not going to get off of Amazon.
Yeah,
Good luck getting customer service off of these hundreds of different vendors, these no-name vendors on Amazon selling not their product, these off-brand LED kits.
If I talk for our dealers or new dealer that will actually do business with us, it's not just the product. It's you have everything you need from customer service to after sales to help you with you, Frank, for some technical information and everything
Absolutely.
like that. Our dealers got a hotline to talk to you or any people on the team to make sure that they can, if they have a question, they can send us an email, they can call us, they can DM us, they can do everything you need to make sure that you can communicate with someone in the CLD team to answer your particular question.
Exactly. I mean, we have you covered from start to finish.
Exactly.
And this is something that we like to really, put up front. That we'll take care of you from the start to end. And we'll make sure that you're satisfied with your purchase, with your conversion. And in some cases, if it doesn't work for your vehicle for X, Y, Z reason, not only for the compatibility, but for output, we'll take it back.
Yeah.
And we'll do an exchange. We'll try a different one. We'll
really
work with you.
we really back our product.
Exactly.
And that's a nice thing because we got a lot of other product like you mentioned before, like the license plate. I would say the flickering thing, but it's not the flicker thing. But we got a lot of product in our collection of CLD to make sure that we cover everything you need for your LED for cars. But we got the Blitz, the Kong, and the Helios. Yeah. And as you mentioned, it's really, really a nice setup of product, like the good, the better, and the best.
Correct.
So you pay for what you got for what you pay, actually.
You get for what you pay for, but you still have a big bang for your buck with any kit that you get from Car Lighting District.
Exactly.
Now, just to get back to, is it worth your money converting your headlights? You have to understand that these conversion kits last a much longer time than your halogen bulb. All right. Your halogen bulbs will eventually diminish in intensity and up to 50% worth, right? So when you install your new halogens, you have to expect within a certain time frame that you're going to lose intensity. You're not going to have that with an LED conversion kit. You're going to install our kits and you're going to have the same brightness throughout the lifespan.
Talking about installation,
right?
What I'm not sure if it's what, but is this something a regular person can install?
I like to say yes. I like to say that Car Lighting District offers all plug and play solutions for anyone to be able to install at home with the minimal tools. Okay. And again, 90 to 95% of the vehicles on the road accessing the headlight bulbs is very easy.
I think that's the main point. The
It is.
important point to understand on that last sentence that you just said.
Yep.
It's actually when you get access to the headlight.
Exactly. I mean, installing our product is not more difficult than installing a regular halogen bulb. Reaching these halogen bulbs is always vehicle and manufacturer dependent. I mean, it's not Car Lighting District who decided that for a Dodge Ram, you have to take off the front grille to access the bulbs, right? This is not our design. We did not choose this. It's like this for anything. If you wanted to switch to halogen bulbs, you still have to do the same procedure, right? So again, if you're comfortable with very easy, little minimal work on accessing and taking apart a few things, maybe the air intake, the air filter, on your vehicle just to access the bulb. These are things that sometimes you need to do, but the majority of vehicles, the bulbs are right there.
So you got access and you can pop the hood and just change the bulb. That's
Exactly.
That's it. So pretty much anyone can do it by themselves. And for some particular car or truck, the best thing to do is actually make sure that you get a right technician. So
yeah,
all of our dealers are certified and they know how to install LED lights. And if they got question, if some dealers got question about how can I install in a F-150 2018, let's just say that, we got a nice big video
absolutely
of like the full installation of the Ford F-150. That's one of the most popular truck on the market right now.
Yep.
And you got a step-by-step by you, Frank.
Yep.
And we got a lot more video that will be coming out with full installation of more, let's say, difficult car. Let's say let's put it that way.
Really, what we're trying to do here is show the step-by-steps installation that you need to do to access the bulbs on popular vehicles as well. I mean, these are the ones that you'll see mainly on, asking to convert their headlights. The Ford F-150 being our very big seller. And exactly, I mean, our YouTube page is a great place to start out to go and get information. And if you happen to see your vehicle, well, click on the video and you'll see exactly what you need to do.
Step by step.
Yep.
There you go. And another subject that we want to cover here, it's the different headlight. So you got some of the car or truck, even trucks, you got some reflector versus projector.
Right.
And it's really difficult to know what kind of LED will fit in the reflector and projector. But the first question that I want to ask right now, and we got a video about that, what is the difference between reflector and projector?
Great question. If you want to put back there we go. Pause it right here, Felix, please. Okay, so here we have me showing on the right an F-150 headlight, and on the left some kind of aftermarket projector headlight that I'm not sure which vehicle it goes to, but whatever, it's fine. On the right here, you have the reflector headlight of an F-150. The name says it all, reflector, right? So the light reflects off the back end that you see, which is kind of like built as a mirror, and will reflect the light forward, basically projecting your light vision in front of you. I said projecting, but it's shining in front of you. It reflects the light in front of you off of mirrors. A projector headlight is a similar concept, but instead of reflecting off of mirrors, it also gets projected by a magnifying glass that you see in front right here. And that eye, that fish eye, that bowl is how you know you have a projector. Projector headlights are mainly seen as a more higher end version of a headlight style and are mostly featured on higher end vehicles. But nowadays we're seeing them come standard on almost all regular vehicles. I mean, you have the Honda Civics, the Corollas, they come with projectors, the base models.
And when you know the difference between these two, the other question that we got from our dealers and customers as well, does CLD take headlight fabrication style into consideration when offering center product for a specific vehicle?
Absolutely. As we mentioned earlier in the video and in the discussion here, we have done a lot of extensive work to figure out, well, not to figure out, but to list on the website the appropriate kits for the appropriate headlight style the vehicle has. There was a lot of work, a lot of Googling images of vehicles one by one and taking a look. Okay, well, this year vehicle, what type of headlight does it have? I would spend hours, literally hours, in just entering vehicles one after the other between a certain year. And okay, well, this vehicle between this year and these years, they all have reflectors. But then the year after, it had an upgrade and now it has projectors. So on the website, in our data, I reflected that, okay, between these years, this vehicle needs to show the Kong. And then further later on, it needs to show the Helios. So yes, car lighting district definitely considers headlight configuration on vehicles when selecting and listing data.
Perfect. And thanks for that little images right there, Felix. We got another subject that we want to cover. It's actually resistant LEDs. So are CLD fragile product or not?
You know, that's a great question. You would think that a higher end kit, something that's so, nice looking, when you take a look at the product, when you open the box, you're looking at something that it's very quality. You open the box and you're like, wow, what did I buy here? I have gold in my hands, but you have resistant gold in your hands. Okay. Our conversion kits are all IP67, which basically means they are shock and water resistant. So our conversion kits are fully waterproof. You could dip the whole thing and up to the connector into water and it still works. Everything functions. There's no short circuit. Everything is just working as intended. And then earlier you saw me knocking the LED. As much as we don't recommend doing this, I mean, it's just to show a point and it's just to prove a point that it's resistant.
Yeah, exactly.
You could take a halogen bulb and you do that, and I don't think you'll be doing that as much as I just did there.
No, that's for sure. And do we actually? I think you already answered that, but let's see. Do we need to be careful when handling those products? As we can send in the video, you just...
Well, that's just to prove a point. You always still need to be careful when handling the product. And basically the only thing you want to be careful with is not putting any type of foreign substance, grease from your fingers on the LED diode. That's a feature that remains the same compared to a halogen, right? It's common knowledge. You don't touch a halogen bulb with your fingers because the grease from your fingers, once it lays on the glass and heats up with the light, may quickly just explode the glass.
And that's the product in someone you handle the product. But what type of weather condition those product would withstand?
It's a very wide question. The product will withstand obviously all the same weather conditions that a halogen bulb can withstand. Our kits are rated to work between minus 40 Celsius and plus 80 Celsius. All right. So, I mean, never will you have a condition in regular conditions
exactly.
on the planet. Okay. And I mean on the planet. I don't necessarily just mean North America, but I mean on the planet. You're not going to be driving your car at minus 45 Celsius. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're going to be hiding inside, and you're going to be next to the fire stove or somewhere. You're going to be, you're going to try to get some heat. Okay. You're never going to drive your car at minus 45 Celsius, but the kit is rated to work between minus 40 and plus 80.
Okay.
All right. So, I mean, no matter where you are on the planet, whatever kind of weather condition, the kits will work.
And the last subject that we want to cover, it's actually not a new technology, but it's a bit new as well. Why switchback bulb are a good idea right now? Because first of all, I didn't know what was a switchback bulb before your little video right there.
Cool,
but
awesome.
What is exactly a switchback bulb for dealers and customers that don't know that?
A switchback bulb is something really cool. Honestly, it's a feature that you'll never have on a halogen. It's something unique right now, actually unique to an LED style bulb because it has two colors. All right. So a switchback, what it means is that a switchback bulb, by the way, is only featured for turn signals, turn signals / parking light. Okay. If you have some vehicles have individual turn signals from their parking light. Let me explain. Before explaining a switchback, you have to understand the turn signal feature on a car. Turn signal bulbs on a car are almost always coupled with the parking light. Okay. So the turn signal light, when you engage it, obviously it flashes amber in the front, and in the rear, in North America, it could be it could be red or amber. Okay. But the front is always amber. You cannot have another color turn signal other than amber in North America. So Vehicles that have the turn signal coupled with the parking light, when you engage your turn signal, you're flashing amber. When you're parking amber. And obviously, when you're driving, the parking light stays dimly lit, kind of like a running light, where you're also running amber. A vehicle who had converted its headlights to LED now has this amber halogen light just sticking out, dimly lit. It kind of just it's off-putting. It just doesn't make your front end look clean and professional, right? It kind of looks like it's half made. You have the LED headlight, then you got this little orange amber parking light that stays lit. It doesn't look good. So manufacturers, what they did is they invented this new thing called a switchback bulb. A switchback bulb, what it does is when you install it in a turn signal application, again, that has the parking light coupled with the turn signal, well, it's going to flash amber when you engage a turn signal, but when you disengage, it switches back to white. So it matches the LED headlight.
Oh, okay, so it's the main purpose of that is actually for the look.
It's aesthetic.
It's aesthetic, and it's pretty nice to get like nice LED white LEDs on your headlight.
Everything matches.
Exactly.
It's aesthetic, but it's also a safety feature. I mean, I like to say it's a safety feature to add to the aesthetic part of the features of this cool switchback bulb. It's because when you're driving and you're crossing a vehicle and the headlights are all white, and when it wants to turn left or right, all of a sudden, okay, hold on. Certain vehicles come from the manufacturer with switchbacks already installed, okay? So what you'll have a vehicle, it's driving towards you, it's all white, and all of a sudden it wants to turn. So it engages a turn signal. That white headlight switches to amber. It's eye-catching. You can't miss it. You're like, whoa, it kind of like it's like an eyesore type of thing. It kind of pops out. Well, you could now have that on your vehicle, on your 1995 Civic that did not come at all with LEDs, where you could have that same feature with our switchback bulbs.
That's pretty good. So that cover pretty much everything that we want to talk today.
Excellent.
So we got a nice conversation about every subject and every question that dealers and consumer ask you every day.
Right.
And I want to thank you for your time, Frank.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
And we will probably see you in a new video pretty soon.
Well, definitely. We'll keep on going.
Perfect. Thanks, Frank.
Thanks to you too.
I have a new name for you, Frank.
And what's that?
You are now Dr. LED.
Oh, awesome.
Period. I'm sorry. You are now Dr. LED. That's just what it is. I mean, there's nothing that Francis can throw at you that you don't have an answer for. There's nothing I've ever thrown at you that you don't have an answer for. So you are now Dr. LED. Period.
Excellent. Perfect.
One thing I wanted to note about those switchback bulbs is that it not only, you mentioned the safety and a blend of safety and aesthetic, but more importantly, I think what it does, it added some, it modernizes your vehicle, because really those bulbs are more recent of late that they discovered or started integrating the switchback. So if you add that feature to, let's say, an older model car, it kind of gives it a little modernization, just like changing your radio in your car to a screen instead of just you know what I mean? It's just that little touch.
Yeah, definitely.
I had one thing I wanted to mention. Through both those videos, it's very clear that you guys spent a lot of time cataloging the information so that you could pass that information on to the customers, whether dealer or end user. And then you mentioned about always recommending a dealer to install, because, like you said, CLD is not in charge of where the location or the accessibility to these bulbs are. So my comment is, does it exist currently? And maybe this is something you may or may not be working on, but what about a level of difficulty rating per application?
That's actually interesting.
Right? So green, yellow, red, I don't know how you want to do it, but you understand what I mean. If I'm looking up Model X, main headlight, and it's like, oh crap, this is a level 5. Like 5 isn't very difficult. That gives I don't know if that manages. Does it help or not help? It's just a question.
It's actually interesting. That's a feature or an option or a type of feature on the website that we could implement. But I never thought of that. The thing, it wouldn't be per LED kit. It'd be per vehicle.
Per vehicle, sorry. Yes, it would make much more sense per vehicle.
It would be, already working on the data takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
Imagine if we were to implement
a rating per vehicle. How many vehicles is there on the road? Or
Fair enough. Fair enough.
a lot of ratings.
Or maybe identify the more extreme ones or the more
Yeah,
extra
yeah.
difficult ones.
It's actually it's a smart thing, but in terms of I'll be straight. I'll be honest. In terms of marketing, it's actually a bad idea because
Yeah, I see what
people
you're
are
saying. Or maybe
they're gonna follow the page.
maybe
They're
a
gonna say,
list just
"Oh,
for dealers. How about just for dealers or for installers? Maybe
just
not. You know
installers."
what I mean?
Yeah,
Maybe not
installers would be a good idea,
marketing.
but I already have installers calling me up asking, how long is it going to take for this conversion?
Fair enough.
And a lot of times I've done it myself.
Mm.
So again, I'll give the example of the F-150. An installer calls me, how long should I quote the customer? It's easy. I mean, if you don't waste your time, it's a 3-hour job.
All right, we're going to jump on real quick to this last and final video. Want to set this video up for us? What are we about to learn here?
The next video here is actually the quick installation challenge. It's actually pretty interesting.
Okay, well, let's find out.
What's up everyone, Frank from Car Lighting District. Today we're installing the Kong LED conversion kit on 3 vehicles, quick installations. The vehicles are equipped with OEM halogen lights and we will convert them with our LED conversion kit. All right, on the right here we have a 2014 Chevrolet Cruze. In the middle we have a 2009 Honda Civic, and on the left we have an all-new 2020 Toyota Yaris. All right, today's installations will feature the Kong LED conversion kit, 8,000 lumens with a lifetime warranty and an IP67 rating. Ultra durable kits. Let's get into it. All right, for the 2014 Chevy Cruze, you will need an H13 LED conversion kit. As I said earlier, today we got the Kong H13. Along with the conversion kit, you will require a CAN bus anti-flicker module for this installation. Inserting the bulb is super simple. Simply remove the halogen and the same steps, but the opposite, to install the new Kong H13. Okay, for the 2009 Honda Civic, you will need a 9005 LED conversion kit. As we said earlier, today we're doing the Kong conversion kits. It's important to know that all 9005 will work for 5 and 6. The low beams on the Civic being 9006, the Kong 9005 will work just perfectly. On the passenger side, installation is very simple. However, you will need to remove the windshield washer tube. Simply do this and just gently pull it out. All right, for the brand new 2020 Toyota Yaris, you will need an H4 LED conversion kit. Like we've mentioned before, today we're featuring the Kong H4 LED conversion kit. For this vehicle, you will need as well the H4 anti-flicker module. Installation is super simple. Simply pop the dust cover off, remove the halogen bulb, same steps but the opposite to reinsert the new H4 Kong LED conversion kit.
Probably my favorite video I've played so far on Industry Week.
Awesome.
Probably my favorite video, and for two reasons. Number one, I love seeing that you don't just talk the talk. You also, as Dr. LED, you also do the operation yourself. That's number one. And number two, the speed. You weren't kidding. And really, I know that you chose different scenarios to show different different scenarios. Exactly what I'm saying, but I want to re-emphasize the point. Especially from a dealer's perspective. It's not the manufacturer of the light bulb that determines the accessibility of the light bulb per vehicle, right? So that you have to, when you answer the question, how long is the install going to take? It really depends on the application. But what CLD has done is they've made products that are super easy to install once you have access, of course, and solve the two problems, both in the flicker thing. And what was the other one called? The other situation?
The resistor kit.
The resistor kit. So either or, there's a solution, and I think that's the most important thing. I can't believe it, Frank. We're already done our first session here, but we're going to come back under session 2. So you guys are tuned in. Don't go away. We're going to get off air, but we're going to come right back for part 2 of Car Lighting District this morning. Thank you so much, Frank.
Thanks, Ben.
There you have it, guys. Part 1 done. Don't go away because we're coming back with part 2, and part 2 has some really great videos that you have to watch and to get your learn on. Hey, I'm your host, Ben Wu. Thank you for tuning in to this session from CMA Industry Week. Until next time, we connect. I just realized we only programmed one thing, didn't we? Sheldon?